In the early 16th century, the Spanish conquistadors embarked on a series of conquests across the Americas. Their success relied on a combination of superior weaponry, advanced tactics, and an unexpected ally, war dogs. Among these fearsome canines, one stood out above the rest, Becerrillo, the terrifying war dog who struck fear into the hearts of the Spanish adversaries. In this documentary, we will delve into the story of Becerrillo, exploring his origins, his military career, and his legacy as one of history's most formidable war dogs. Our journey begins in the early 1500s when the Spanish conquistadors set sail for the New World, bringing with them a force of war dogs. These dogs were specifically bred for combat and trained to be fierce, loyal, and relentless. The Spanish conquistadors valued their war dogs as both shock troops and psychological weapons, capable of instilling terror in their enemies. Becerrillo was born into this world of war and conquest. A mix of Spanish Mastiff and Greyhound, he was a product of selective breeding designed to create an ideal war dog. The name Becerrillo roughly translates to Little Bull, which was likely a reference to his stocky build and ferocious temperament. His father, a renowned war dog named Leonciso, had already made a name for himself in the conquest of the Americas, and Becerrillo was destined to follow in his father's paw prints. As a young pup, Becerrillo would have undergone rigorous training to prepare him for the rigors of combat. This training included learning how to track and attack enemies, as well as developing the strength and agility needed to survive on the battlefield. His handlers would have also instilled in him a deep loyalty to his human masters and a fierce determination to protect them at all costs. In 1511, Becerrillo embarked on his first military campaign alongside his owner, Spanish conquistador Juan Ponce de Leon. Ponce de Leon had been granted the right to conquer the island of Puerto Rico, and Becerrillo was a key asset in this endeavor. From the outset, Becerrillo proved himself to be a formidable warrior, displaying incredible speed, strength, and ferocity in battle. He was known to wear armor plating and spiked collars, which further enhanced his intimidating appearance and provided him with additional protection on the battlefield. One of Becerrillo's most famous exploits took place during the conquest of Puerto Rico, where he played a pivotal role in the Battle of Higüey. As the Spanish forces struggled to overcome the native Taino resistance, Becerrillo was unleashed upon the enemy. His ferocity and prowess in battle turned the tide in favor of the Spanish, and the Taino warriors were ultimately defeated. This victory was a testament to the power and effectiveness of war dogs in the Spanish conquests. Becerrillo's reputation grew as he continued to participate in the Spanish campaigns throughout the Caribbean. He accompanied Ponce de Leon in his search for the Fountain of Youth, a legendary spring said to grant eternal youth to those who drank its waters. While the expedition failed to locate the mythical fountain, it did lead to the discovery and subsequent conquest of Florida. Becerrillo's role in these events further solidified his status as one of the most fearsome war dogs in history. In 1519, Becerrillo's owner, Juan Ponce de Leon, died from wounds sustained in a skirmish with the native Calusa people of Florida. Following Ponce de Leon's death, Becerrillo was passed on to another Spanish conquistador, Vasco Núñez de Balboa. Balboa was famous for his expedition across the Isthmus of Panama and for being the first European to set eyes on the Pacific Ocean. Under Balboa's command, Becerrillo continued to serve as a crucial weapon in the Spanish conquests. He participated in numerous battles and skirmishes, always demonstrating his exceptional skill and ferocity. His presence on the battlefield struck fear into the hearts of the native populations, who had never before encountered such a fearsome and well-trained war dog. Stories of Becerrillo's exploits spread throughout the Americas, and his reputation grew with each passing day. One of Becerrillo's most notable achievements under Balboa's command was during the campaign to conquer the region of Darien in present-day Panama. The native populations in this area were known for their fierce resistance to Spanish incursions, but Becerrillo's fearsome reputation preceded him. As Balboa's forces advanced, Becerrillo's presence alone was enough to cause entire villages to surrender without a fight, fearful of the carnage he could unleash. Despite his ferocious nature, Becerrillo was also known for his loyalty and affection towards his human masters. In moments of respite from the battlefield, he was said to be a gentle and loving companion, providing a stark contrast to the terrifying warrior that he became when called upon. This duality in his nature only served to further cement his legend. Becerrillo's life eventually came to an end, as all living creatures must. The exact circumstances of his death are not well documented, but it is believed that he died in battle fighting alongside Balboa's forces. His passing marked the end of an era, as his breed of war dog was becoming increasingly rare in the Spanish conquests. The use of war dogs in the Americas gradually declined over time, and by the mid-16th century, they had all but disappeared from the battlefield. Nevertheless, Becerrillo's legacy lives on in the annals of history. He remains one of the most famous and celebrated war dogs in history, a testament to the power and effectiveness of these canine warriors during the age of exploration and conquest. His story also serves as a reminder of the deep bond between humans and dogs, a bond that transcends even the brutality of war. In conclusion, Becerrillo's extraordinary life and military career offer a unique insight into the role of war dogs in the Spanish conquests of the Americas. His fearsome reputation and formidable abilities on the battlefield were instrumental in many of the Spanish victories during this era. Yet his loyalty and affection towards his human masters reveal the complex relationship between humans and their canine companions, even in the most extreme of circumstances. The story of Becerrillo, the terrifying war dog of the Spanish conquistadors, is a fascinating and enduring tale that continues to captivate the imagination of historians and dog enthusiasts alike.